Former President Donald Trump has creepily declared the Republican Party the party of fertilization. He also downplayed the importance of abortion rights during a truly bizarre interview with a local Fox affiliate in Michigan. So he wants to distance himself as much as possible from some of these abortion bans that have not been popular with the electorate. The vast majority of Americans, including Republicans, do want to keep abortion legal in the first trimester. But of course, you have states like Texas and Florida that effectively have a full abortion ban, considering they want to ban abortions past 6 weeks. Obviously, many women do not even know they're pregnant at that point. But in response to some of the questions on a potential national abortion ban or more laws that restrict reproductive rights, Trump says, I think the abortion issue should be largely taken off the table because the individual states are doing what they're doing. It's really not that big of an issue. Please stop talking about it. Please stop talking about it.
Abortion is not that big of an issue.
Yeah, I say what the people decide, and whatever it is, it's within the state, and what the people decide, and it's working out. For many, many years, people have said, we've got to bring this back to the states to decide, and that's now working.
He just goes in circles, right? This is a big issue, not a big issue. If people wanted to go to the states, now it's at the states. I don't ever want to talk about it again, but I want credit for bringing it to the states.
Yeah, listen, it's at the heart of this debate is what is and isn't considered human life. Okay, you have the hardliners who believe life begins at the moment of conception. They literally think that fertilized eggs in a petri dish is the same as a living, breathing, viable human being.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Okay, so if you are genuinely of that mindset, and you think all life is precious, including that fertilized egg in a petri dish, how are you going to argue that this is a states' rights issue?
Pausing here to deliver some honest truth as we do in our news coverage as well. TYT is facing challenges, guys, as the entire industry is. You know who could make the difference? You. If you hit the join button below, it's going to make all the difference and keep us in business. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Trump has never even clarified what his position on abortion actually is.
Oh, we know.
Okay, so well, yeah.
We can speculate.
We can speculate, but hold on. But before I go to Trump, for the pro-lifers, they go, no, if it's in a petri dish and it's fertilized, it's definitely an egg. Well, Israel bombed a fertility center in Gaza and destroyed 3,000 fertilized eggs. So that's why the pro-life movement has been livid with Israel and saying, I can't believe they murdered those 3,000 human beings.
Oh, totally, yeah, they're losing sleep at night.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Oh right, not one of them has said one word about it because they're all full of crap and they don't believe a single word of this.
So let's move over to the IVF portion of the discussion, because one thing that most conservatives, at least the conservative voters in America, are in favor of is protecting this medical, advancement opportunity for couples to get pregnant if they're having difficulty doing it, the natural way. And so because Alabama's Supreme Court had basically ruled that a frozen embryo is a child, and because of the fallout of that decision in Alabama, Trump is trying to now brand the Republican Party as the party of fertilization. It's just that he has difficulty speaking clearly sometimes, and so the message was a little bit lost in what he said. But see if you can follow along with me. He said, quote, "We want to help the women because they were going to end fertilization, which is where, when the IVF, where women go to the clinics and they get help in having a baby, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing. And we're for it 100%. They tried to say that that they weren't for it. They actually weren't for it and aren't for it as much as us, but women see that." Okay, I don't know what that means.
See it, so they're good. Women have seen it. We're okay. All right, guys. So here's what actually happened. Alabama Supreme Court said that yes, it starts at fertilization. So now the all of the IVF centers in Alabama paused because if they throw away any of the petri dishes, that they might be guilty of homicide. So it caused a giant problem. Then the Republicans came in all in a panic and were like, no, we don't mean that. And then they passed put forward a bill in the House saying, no, we do mean it. It's at the moment of fertilization.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so all of the Republicans and almost all the Republicans in the House agree with the Alabama Supreme Court.
They do, and that's the point that I really wanted to drive home. So look, for campaigning purposes, for political purposes, Trump is understanding, I need to distance myself from these religious zealots and the people who are trying to completely ban abortion. It's not popular. I'm in the business of winning elections. That's what he wants to do. But while he's trying to brand the Republican Party as the party of fertilization, fact of the matter is, in the House of Representatives, you have a large group of Republican lawmakers who are totally against IVF. So this sounds like a special place in hell. It's referred to as the Republican Study Committee. It's an influential group that comprises nearly 80% of House Republicans. They released its budget for fiscal year 2025, and it backed the Life at Conception Act. The legislation would grant full legal rights to embryos from the moment of fertilization. The same logic employed by the Alabama justices who effectively outlawed IVF in the state. And the Senate version of the bill also had a carve out to protect IVF, but the House version did not. So the Senate version of this was like, all right, yes, we're Republicans. Republican voters love like IVF, they want to protect it, so we're gonna have that carve out in our proposal. House Republicans though are like, nah, dog, we're not in favor of that IVF, okay? We wanna dictate when, where, how women get pregnant and have their babies. Okay, it's amazing.
Because some rabbi talked to Bush or something like that 2,500 years ago, and these clowns are interpreting the words that was then passed on through hundreds of years. I mean, it's just the most ridiculous nonsense you've ever seen in your life.
Get a load of this. 4 members of the hard right House Freedom Caucus, according to HuffPo, led by Representative Matt Rosendale, sent a letter opposing a new Biden administration policy that will expand IVF access for unmarried veterans and veterans in same-sex marriages.
They're so hateful.
It's just like unbelievable to me.
So we're honest and fair, so we'll criticize Joe Biden, the Democrats, all the time, right? And then people go, oh, you're turning right wing. How are we gonna turn right wing with these clowns, right? So no, we're just being fair. I would never go to a Republican Party who's like, oh yeah, my Yahweh told me, or I'm guessing. I mean, I just want to control women and I want to control every part of their lives. But Yahweh told me that you have to act this way. So no, I'm not gonna listen to your insane, irrational thoughts on this. Look, last things are Trump's actual positions. So his legal position is that he was against Roe v. Wade. Fair. That's the right-wing position, the Republican position, I get it. And from a legal perspective, it's not even outrageous, okay, in my opinion. In terms of then there's the second issue, which is, should it be federal or state? And Trump is desperately saying state, 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 because if it's federal, then he has to deal with it. He has to either sign a law banning abortion or veto a law banning abortion.
He don't want that.
Yeah, in either case, he's totally screwed, so he doesn't want it to be a federal issue at all. But you could have an argument about whether it should be federal or state. And then finally, on Trump, how about the actual issues? IVF, he's clear, he thinks IVF should happen, and I believe him on that.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay,
yeah.
On abortion, he's never actually stated his position. So he'll say things like, they're having babies, they're murdering the babies after 9 months, after they're born, just making up nonsense, total drivel. Anyone who tells you that Democrats are in favor of post-birth abortion is an obvious, outrageous liar.
It's murder.
There's no such thing, okay? So, and like something like only 1 or 2% of abortions happen past 24 weeks, let alone in the 9th month. No, it's all of it is nonsense, okay? Yes, but brother, Trump, what is your position? Is it 24 weeks? Well, that's Roe v. Wade, right? Is it 15 weeks? Is it 6 weeks? Is it a murder? Is it not murder? What is it? And he won't ever answer the question because he knows The overwhelming majority of Americans, including in almost all the red states, actually want abortion to be legal.
Yeah.
But his base hates it. And so his base wants him to be a religious zealot, which he isn't, right? So he keeps going, okay, I love the religious zealots and I want them to control every part of your life, but don't punish me for it, real voters. Like, so he wants his clean hands. But brother, your hands aren't clean. You're bragging about how you overturned Roe v. Wade by putting all those justices on the court, and you're gonna put more conservative justices on the court so it can never ever be reversed. So in terms of making abortion illegal, Trump 100% owns it.
No, by the way, we lost, okay? Like, any Democrat who's trying to fearmonger about, oh no, but if Trump gets elected, he's gonna appoint more conservative Supreme Court justices, and then we'll never have an opportunity to reverse the reversal of Roe v. Wade will never be reversed again.
Yeah, like, it's over.
It's over, guys.
The only way to solve it is either you go win in every single state, but remember the Republicans have a billion tricks. We won in Montana, Kentucky, and Kansas. And then they're like, well, wait, is a ballot measure really a ballot measure? We don't really believe in democracy and the legislature is gonna do this and we're gonna apply a new law from the 1860s, that's Arizona, etc., right? So they've got 1,000 tricks. So the only way to actually fix this is at the federal level and national law that clarifies it one way or another. In other words, take Roe v. Wade and make it what it always should have been, which is legislation.
Yeah, and that's not gonna happen because Congress is pretty much broken and useless. So that's where we are right now. And look, I guess the good news is, if Trump gets elected, he's not gonna pursue a national ban because of how politically fraught that effort would be.
But if you live in a state that is already banning it, despite the popular wishes of that state's population, Trump is super happy about that and doesn't care at all. And he's happy to have your rights taken from you, and he will not help you 1%. He's on the opposite side.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.